Hello YouTubers, diecast collectors, it is Jared White, the J-Man63, and this is going to be a video of my top 7 1/64 scale pieces. Now 1/64 scale is Hot Wheels scale to you newer collectors, and I was going to pick 5, but I have a huge collection. I was going to do just my top 13 favorite pieces in general, but I decided why not give them a little something extra and do my favorite pieces in scales. Now I'm going to start out with a smaller scale, and as I go on I'm going to move up from 1/64 to 1/43 to 1/24 and even 1/18 and so on and so forth. And I will be doing my top 5 favorite bikes in my collection, and that'll be the last one I do. So I will be trying to do these videos pretty quickly. So without further ado, let's crack on with my favorite 1/64 scale pieces. And most of these are sets, but I don't know, there's something about 1/64 scale sets. I think they're really cool. The diorama style stuff to me is pretty neat. It just says a little something extra when stuff's in a set. Now, I have favorite single 1/64th, but I don't know, I just like my sets a lot. I just think they're cool. Now the first piece up here is the Shelby Collectibles. I guess you call it a showroom. It says here Shelby World Headquarters, but I'd call this a showroom, which I think is really cool. Now the thing I find neat about it is this was the first thing that really got me into collecting really detailed stuff. Like, I first got like a couple of 100% sets, and then I really got into like the detail 1/18 and stuff, and this got me into Shelby Collectibles, period. This is what kickstarted that kind of love, and the 1/18 Cobra that they did that I got some time long ago when I first started collecting. Well, this is just, and if you just look at the set, it's just really cool. I mean, you got I think this is a GT350, this might be a GT500, this one is a GT500. It's got a Trilingua Mustang in it, a Shelby Daytona Coupe, it has a Super Snake Mustang right there coming through the window, and then it's got a GT350 right there in the back. That's just really neat. And it's got a silver Cobra, like a raw, almost a, I don't know if it's a raw metal Cobra, but that one's kind of cool. And then you got Shelby's own personal car. But this is just a really cool set, and I don't know how much it retailed. It was probably $35, maybe $40, and I think it was only like $5 a car. So that's really a pretty good bargain when you consider how much they sell these for in single packs. So this is just a very, very cool set. I highly recommend getting it because it would definitely cap off a Shelby collection. It's pretty much front and center in my collection, so I definitely had to pick this as number 7. I like it. It's pretty cool, but that's pretty much all it is. And then I guess it's got the back of the box. Doesn't really tell you what's in there, but it's a pretty cool piece, and you can see all the detailing on the outside there. But that's the Shelby Collectibles showroom. Alright, so now we're going to move on to number 6. And not that I like any one more than the other, but this one's pretty cool right here. And this is the Dale Earnhardt Winter Circle Pit Row Series set. And this is Senior's car pulling in. I just think this is really neat because you don't just have his car, which is usually in just a set, but you have his car pulling into pit row, and you see all the figures right there. Now this is a set my mom got me for Christmas off of eBay, and I absolutely had to have this when I saw it, and I've been wanting one of these for a while, so this one is very cool. But I'm a collector, so I pretty much say, oh, I've been wanting this for a while, but what don't I want? But this one's very cool. So very neat with the figures, and then you can see the little toolboxes and stuff. It's very well detailed. So that one's cool, and I've actually I think I just got this Jeff Gordon one of him pulling in right here. Or it was him pulling in. I have that one of him pulling in, and I will show that in another haul video pretty soon when I get all my stuff for Christmas. It's one thing I kind of know that I'm getting, but I did get a Jeff Gordon set of him pulling in recently, but that's for another video. But anyway, it's got all the sets on the back you can collect here, and it's a really neat set. But there's that one. Now, the next one I'm going to show is one of my favorite sets that Greenlight has come out with, and I may be a little biased because this is actually one of my favorite car movies. It's the Gone in 60 Seconds film tin. I know a lot of you people have probably seen this before, but here it is, and I absolutely love it. It's made its appearance in a couple videos, but this is definitely worth noting because it's got some really neat Greenlight cars in it. It has the 71 Dodge Charger, the Eleanor 67 Custom Movie Mustang, and it's got the 67 Corvette Stingray, which, oh my god, I love the Stingray Corvette. Oh my god. There's actually one I'm eyeing at the yard sale. It's a 63 Corvette by Racing Champions, and I got it on hold, and I'm going to try and buy it pretty soon. So that one is cool. I love red Corvettes in that 60s period, so that one's cool. And then it's got a 72 Corvette convertible. So I was about to say Stingray, but I said convertible, so there. But that one is really, really cool. Just love this set. Can't say enough about Greenlight. I know I praise these guys a lot, but I love them in Auto World a whole lot better than M2 Machines. So M2 Machines just doesn't hold a candle to their flame. I will say that much. Just love Greenlight and Auto World. But there we go. There's that set. And then it shows you a description on the back here. If you want to read that and pause, you can. Okay, so on to the next couple of sets. And this has to be number 4, and probably my favorite things I've collected. This is the Petty Racing family. This was a 100% Hot Wheels set or Collectibles series, and the last 4 are Hot Wheels sets that I've collected, and when I had my job I was buying these up like crazy because I finally found stuff that I had always been after, and I just found some really good deals on eBay along with all the OCC bikes that I managed to get last year. So I've been buying these up a lot. So this one's just really cool. It's got Lee Petty's Oldsmobile. It's got Richard Petty's Superbird, and that is just a car that is just bad to the bone. I love the Superbirds and just the Aero cars in general. I don't really like NASCAR much nowadays, but I love the Aero cars, so that one's just sweet. And then there's the Richard Petty or Kyle Petty Hot Wheels 44. I like that one. That's a little newer, but I still think that those years of NASCAR were still pretty cool. That's when the cars actually looked different, so that one was pretty neat. But anyway, I'm going to move on to what is possibly, I would say, these pretty much are tied. I mean, they're all pretty much my favorites. I really can't say what is what. But this is the Bruce Meyer gallery here. Oh, I forgot to show the back of this one. Hold on. But if you want to read this information, you can. Sorry about that. I kind of tripped up there a little. But that is pretty neat. But it shows you all the info on the back. But, alright, the next one up here, sorry about that, is the Bruce Meyer gallery. And this one is really cool. This has, I mean, just look at the set. I mean, these cars are so iconic. I mean, for hot rodders, some of these are pretty much the holy grail. I mean, you got Don Prudhomme's Snake Dragster. You have the Agajanian Special that was an Indy 500 winner. You got the Pearson Brothers Coupe. I mean, that's a car that made so many magazines and stuff when it came out. I mean, it's been changed so much, but it's just, it's broken so many records. It's just cool. And then you got the Lakester. I mean, who doesn't know about the belly tanker? If you're a hot rodder, I mean, that's just a SoCal legend right there. So it's just a really neat set. I mean, if you can just look at these, and I mean, I bought this for like 25 or 30 bucks. I mean, it's worth it to get these 100% sets. They don't make these anymore. But then you can look at the back if you want. There is a lot of history there. I mean, it's just a cool set. But there you go. There's that, and then there's that. If you haven't read it in many of my videos yet, but it's just so cool. Alright, now I'm going to move on to number 3. And this one, I mean, out of all the hot rod stuff I have, these cars here, I mean, this is just a cool set. Don gave me this one year for Christmas. My mom bought it for me, and I absolutely love this set. It does get front and center in my collection. I mean, really, I'm trying to show stuff that I've displayed, and they're for good reason. I've displayed this stuff. I mean, I absolutely love it. Here you got the Malco Gasser, the Ohio George, and you got the Invader show car. I mean, with 2 engines in it. I mean, that kind of was one of the first 2-engine cars. I mean, that's just really cool. Very, very neat. And you got the Hawaiian funny car. And the Hawaiian is just a bad to the bone funny car. It's just so cool. I absolutely love this car. And then you have this is kind of random, but it is a Camaro Pro Street. I mean, I like Pro Street cars a lot. I mean, these cars are pretty iconic. The Camaro is pretty neat. But just, this set's awesome. But there you go. But it's pretty sweet. And I'm going to read on the back here. It shows all the info. Bob Resner, Invader. Yeah, that Invader is really cool. I'm trying to think of Bob Resner where I heard that before, and I just read it there. But yeah, this is just a very, very cool set. Alright, so now this has to be, I don't know, this has to be one of my top. This is number 1, pretty much. And I look forever to get this set. I've been trying to find it for the longest time. This is the Ed Big Daddy Roth 4-car set, and it's just a gorgeous set. I absolutely love Ed Roth. I mean, I love anything to do with him, and he was just an amazing hot rodder. One of the greatest. I mean, if you just look at his stuff, I mean, the guy's just way ahead of his time on all the stuff he made. He was amazing. And he got his own personal pickup that he pinstriped out of. I think he may have. I'm not sure. This was one of his own personal cars. But this was his pickup. And then you have the Road Agent. I mean, all these cars were model kits at some point. I mean, how iconic is it when you have your name on not just model kits, but your own Hot Wheels? I mean, Ed Roth was just the greatest. Period. Road Agent right here. And then you have the Mysterion, that 2-engine car. Well, the Invader and this were like the start of 2-engine cars. That was even before twin mill, so I mean, I just think 2-engine cars are pretty cool. That Mysterion's pretty sweet. And then you have the Outlaw. I mean, another car that was a model kit. I mean, hello. I mean, how iconic can you get having your own model kit? I mean, Ed Roth was amazing. I mean, George Barris and Ed Roth, I mean, I don't mean to put him on a pedestal so much, but George Barris and Ed Roth and Tom Daniels, I mean, to me, those were 3 of the greatest hot rodders of all time. I mean, I love anything that they built, so just very, very cool. I mean, well, then there's Danny the Count now, but, I mean, Ed Roth was just one of the few just OGs of hot rodding, so I could go on and on about him all day, but I'm not going to bore you guys. But you can read the back here if you don't know about him already, but there's some history right here. And then here's the other side. I'm trying to keep this to only about 10 minutes. It's kind of running over. But there you go. So that was pretty much my top 7. I was going to try and do 5, but I have a lot of different stuff. It is very hard to choose, and it was very hard to just put everything in one and just make a video. But I mean, I know you've probably seen this stuff before in my room, but this is just the best of the best to me. My favorite things, my magnum opus of collecting, if you will, just my favorite stuff I've ever found in 1/64. I mean, most of it has been on eBay, but it's just some of the coolest stuff that I think, in my opinion, is in my collection. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment down below, and, you know, make sure you give me a thumbs up. You know, I really am busting my bottom half to get these videos out to you. You know, I just want you guys to enjoy yourselves and comment and, you know, have fun. And just keep collecting, you know. And if it has to do with anything with diecast, it has to be the J-Man 63. Check out my videos, and have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye.